If you grow your hair out just because, it looks expensive on others, but on you, it suddenly makes your face look longer, softer, or just plain weaker. The problem isn't the hair. The problem is that you're copying someone else's silhouette without understanding your own. Long hair doesn't automatically enhance your face. It enhances the geometry you already have. And if that geometry can't handle that length, you don't become more stylish. You just make your weak features more noticeable. In this video, I'll quickly break down 6 face types, and you'll understand who long hair really adds to their aesthetics and who it just ruins their proportions for. And most importantly, what you need to change so that the length works for you, not against you. 1. Oval. This is the safest base. If you have an oval face, you really have more options than most. But it is these guys who most often ruin everything because they start to believe in the fairy tale that everything will suit them. No, it won't. If your long hair just hangs in 2 flat strands on the sides, your face immediately becomes softer, rounder, and cheaper. You don't look like a well-dressed guy with taste. You look like someone who just hasn't been to the barber in a while. The main mistake of oval is to turn versatility into laziness. A flat middle part without volume, fat length, dead ends, hair that falls on the face and drowns out the cheekbones, all this kills the advantage that you already had. For oval faces, length only works when it has shape, air, and movement. Light layers, natural texture, a slightly exposed face, the occasional tuck behind the ears, that's where long hair looks expensive. Not because it's long, but because it's controlled. 2. Square. Here, you already have what many people stupidly lack. A strong jaw, a dense lower third, a normal structure. And what do many do? They take and cover all this with a heavy curtain. As a result, the face loses its effectiveness. The jaw ceases to be readable. The contour becomes dirtier. Instead of a collected, courageous structure, a visual burden appears. And no, it's not a mystery vibe. It's overload. If you have a square, long hair shouldn't stifle your best asset. Flat strands in the front that hang along the jaw eat away at what made your face strong. It looks especially bad on straight, thick hair without layers. It just makes your head feel heavier. You need flow. You need movement. You need your hair to either be swept back or to gently open up your face, or at least not completely cover your jawline. Hair behind your ears, a half-open face, texture, a little carelessness, that's what makes a square stronger. The length should emphasize the structure, not hide it. 3. Round. This is where long hair either really saves or kills. And most, of course, choose the second option. The main mistake of a round face is to leave all the hair near the cheeks and on the sides. Then the face becomes even wider, the contour weaker, and the appearance is younger and softer than you would like. This is where guys most often hide behind a fashionable curtain, because the middle part is not magic. If it adds volume to the cheeks, it works against you. That's it. No trendiness will save it. The comparison here is very simple. One silhouette makes the face more spherical, the other gathers it and stretches it. If the hair diverges to the sides, the cheeks become heavier. If the direction is clearer and the vertical is better readable, the face looks slimmer and more mature. A round face doesn't just need length, it needs the right direction of that length. Less side volume, a cleaner line near the cheeks, more height and lift up, not to the sides. Sometimes a soft off-center part looks better than a hard middle part because it breaks up the roundness, not accentuates it. And another point that many ignore, if you have a round face and your hair naturally grows a lot in width, you have to manage the texture. Otherwise, you're not growing style, you're growing side mass. 4. Oblong. The 4th type is oblong, and this is the riskiest option for long hair. If your face is already elongated and you add a center part, extra height on top, a high bun, and a completely open forehead, you literally lengthen yourself even more. This is not a small mistake. This is the same reason why a person looks in the mirror and feels that something is wrong, but does not understand what exactly. Because the problem isn't length per se, the problem is verticality. Too high on top, too little width on the sides, too cleanly swept back hair, too pronounced a parting. All of this turns the face into one long line. That's why layers at the cheek or jawline, softness on the sides, less height on top, and a lower bun, if you're putting your hair up at all, almost always work best for oblongs. A low bun is smarter than a high bun. A half bun is smarter than anything that draws the eye up. And remember this simple rule. If you have a long face, you don't need more length on top. You need width that breaks the vertical. In this type, the side to top ratio is more important than the length of the hair itself. This is one of the most underrated points in the whole topic. 5. Heart. Here, the upper part of the face usually dominates more than the lower part. The forehead is wider, the chin is narrower. And if you sweep your hair back too neatly or completely expose the upper part, the imbalance becomes even more noticeable. Then the upper part begins to press, and the lower part of the face is visually lost. And instead of aesthetics, you get the feeling that the hairstyle lives separately from the face. Heart-shaped faces don't need a hard, slicked-back style. They need softness, a little movement. Sometimes strands that take the focus off the forehead. Sometimes length that adds presence closer to the jawline. That's why medium to long lengths can really look strong here, as long as the bottom of the face doesn't look empty. So many guys with hard faces make the same stupid mistake, thinking that the more they expose their face, the manlier it will look. No, if it breaks the proportion, you don't look stronger. You look unbalanced. 6. Triangle. This is where the mistake is particularly insidious, because at first it seems logical. The guy thinks, if I just grow my hair down, my face will look more balanced. No. If the lower part of the face is already heavier than the upper part, dead length without shape only throws even more weight where there's already too much. Instead of balance, you get overload at the bottom. The jaw starts to take on all the visual weight. The temples seem shorter. The top of the head is weaker, and the overall silhouette becomes down to earth and heavy. Triangles don't need length for length's sake. They need upward movement, volume at the temples, movement in the front, layers that add life to the top third. Sometimes a soft forward sweep works better than hair that just falls down the side of the face. The most common mistake with triangles is letting the hair hang down like curtains to the jawline without any structure. This visually makes the bottom even more massive. You need the opposite to lift the gaze higher. And now, the main thing. Long hair is not a reward for patience, and not an automatic upgrade of appearance. They do not save weak proportions, they enhance them. If you do not understand your shape, length will not stretch you. It will simply make the mistake more noticeable. So stop asking the weak question, is long hair beautiful at all or not? Ask the right question, do they enhance my face or distort it? Because style is not about copying someone else's length. Style is about controlling shape, mass, and proportions. And once you understand this, you stop chasing someone else's hairstyle and start building your own. Subscribe to the channel and join our community via the link in the description. Everything is ready, so pick up your transformation card right now.